Hey Waylon, how old are you?
6.
And when's your birthday?
June 27.
And what day is it today?
June 25th.
Yes. So how old will you be in 2 days?
Like 7.
Oh my gosh. And what's your job right now?
Well, pretty much nothing except for like cleaning, like some house chores. It's just house chores.
And what's your place that you have over there in the woods?
It's a campsite.
Yeah. You just helped me get out of my campsite. That was very nice of you. Do you have anything that you really want to tell people?
Well, not really a lot.
What are you going to do for your birthday?
Well, I'm actually going to Gareham for my birthday.
Where's that?
Well, I kind of forgot. It's like right in front of the Safeway place.
Ooh. And you also, I saw, have a tetherball set up. Is that right?
Yep.
That's going to be pretty exciting too. All right, happy birthday. All right, we got Falcor backed into the studio next to the art piece that's going to Burning Man. Steve's the man. Steve's going to build out Falcor. Oh, I can't show the back because it's locked. So this is the before. Truck lining. Truck divider window thing. And that bed that's in the back. All coming out.
Oh, that's nice. Some resurfaced fucking old growth. Feel that, dude. Yeah. Look at that grain.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, need some more butts. Here you go, Lindsay. You have some butts.
That's perfect decoration. Nothing but ass all day. Yeah, Steve being in the Illuminati really pays off.
I'm not in the Illuminati.
He says that.
That's why
at
he's
this
got his
shirt.
official secret society shirt. Have you ever even seen a star like this? This is fancy.
This is what high society people get.
I've just got the old hand saver. Steve's using these, but I never seen this until after he started showing up with this red shirt.
That's true.
So
The man's changed. He's turned. He's not one of us.
and says that there's things he can't tell us anymore.
All of the garage and put cages in that, flat to that, but went in the garage. We had snakes and hamsters, rats. At one point, we had a rattlesnake in the house. I mean, I grew up with.
We got goats, alpacas, cows, bunch dogs, guineas, some wild turkeys that live at the house, some regular turkeys, some blue turkeys that live at the house.
Which, coincidentally, are here in California because my grandfather decided he and Judge Roy Baugh, the one-armed judge in Monterey, and his brother-in-laws, brothers and stuff, lived at the top of Carmel Valley, and they had their hunting place up on the very end of the valley. And they were tired of just hunting deer and stuff, and so they said, well, why don't we import some Russian boar? Oh, no. And this was in the 1930s. Yeah, I'd say it was probably around the 1930s. And of course, boom, that led to the whole problem. Well, so 15 years ago, you had to take out tags and you could only bag a pig a year or something like that. My mom was big in politics in Sacramento. And Bruce McPherson he was assemblyman and then he was Secretary of State. Anyway, she teamed up with him and got the law changed so that you don't need tags and you can bag one a day 365 days of the year and da-da-da-da-da. And I mean, it solved a big problem. And we solved a lot of it in our neighborhood. We'd actually make a cage, throw a bunch of garbage in it with a one-way flap.
Trap them.
14 babies and a mama and a daddy in there. And then it wasn't pretty, but
Yeah.
bang, bang, bang. And then they all went to Corralitas Sausage Company.
Hells yeah, they did.
Yeah, and we would, they would dress everything, do the whole 9 yards for us.
I feel like those types of places are dying. Like you can't take an animal many places anymore to have it processed.
There's a few places here you can. The Carolitas one you can. There's a kick-ass butcher in Wassonville. Up, Lindsay.
I like that.
So where if you pull the mattress out back this way a little bit, that whole top part can hinge up
stash
too.
area in there. So and the drawers will pull out however long we can make
But you
them.
can still like get
we can
under
make
there.
them 4 feet deep.
Yeah.
If we want. I would do that at least. That gets those to. I would even go longer.
Geez, what a guy
But
can do then is just make this backside solid and then just hinge up here. Just put hinges right here so just this lifts up.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
that's what we're talking about.
Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought you meant the whole thing.
That's
like,
what I was
guess
thinking,
that's
too.
cool.
No, just the drawer's going to be about like that. So if we can, then we just have it hinged a little bit past that.
Yeah.
We could even, and you could put pieces across right there too, for added strength. You kind of have to put something in there to hinge it on anyway.
Yeah.
That sounds cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's plenty of storage space.
Explosions. And what the heck are they doing with all these explosions? They're supposed to be rocket testing. This sounds like blasting. Well, that's what it's supposed to be in theory, a rocket testing facility. Which also leads, how do they get the stuff up and down, which is another story.
Because this street is not, Boulder.
No, what they did, because our canyon that we lived on went all, towards the ocean and was a straight canyon. They would bring a barge offshore 12 miles out, wait for the fog when they knew that the low cloud cover was going to, and it would literally blanket everything except the top of the mountain, which is Lockheed. And then we could hear the C-130 transport double prop helicopters. I think that's what they're called, C-130s or something. We could hear them go right over our house.
Oh, wow.
So whatever, rocket engines or they were bringing in, that's how they did it. They couldn't bring any of it up the road.
Right.
But then there was also this whole thing about, but they're not doing rocket testing. This sounds like blasting. And there's a theory that they put in a tunnel that gets them to Moffett Field. And Moffett Field, then the tunnel. Moffett Field is in Palo Alto, but still a long ways away. But at Moffett Field, there's an underground tunnel that goes from Moffett Field to Area 50, 51 or 50.
Wow.
They've dug these, and they're like as wide as this property, so that they, huge, massive tunnels that they use to transport all this stuff, and that they brought one all the way here for that reason. And what they were blasting wasn't rocket engines; it was digging down.
Dude, schemes within schemes. Because they've got those underground, frickin' facilities around everywhere, and they're probably all connected.
When we're up and running, there's all kinds of rumors about what goes on under the dam. There's supposed to be a CIA base there as well as an FBI base. And we're just a tiny little town of 100,000 people. Not even 100,000.
Under Shasta Dam?
Mm-hmm. In Shasta Dam. And then there's the Iron Mountain Mine, which is a super fun site, which is just a couple miles away. And of course, the fire last year, the car fire burned right around in there. And there's all kinds of crazy secret stuff that goes on up there. And it just makes you wonder, why there?
Yeah, everywhere, I think, actually.
Yeah. Well, and that's
Yeah, but especially isolated places.
right.
that are hard to get
That's
to.
true. And I feel like they're trying to push us out of those isolated areas, though, into the cities.
That's exactly what I think too.
Yeah.
They not only want to transport whatever undetected, but also to get us out of the natural spaces and pushed into
This is
somewhere
a
more
big
easily
beef.
corralled.
Yeah.
Last chance where I live, they Sempervirens
What's that?
is a privately held conservation organization that is highly funded, and they buy parcels and then either sell them to the state or deed them to the state when the time is right for that to happen. And they are, this area over there has probably 75 parcels on it, or at least when I first lived there. And they're probably down to 55 now because Sempervirens buys them, and then they say, okay, and we're buying it, and now we're going to take everything off of it, take all the buildings off, and leave it in its natural state, and you can't go there.
Whoa.
So the community, and that's, an off-road community depends on its road and its road association or manager or whatever. That's like
Yeah, you have
that's
to be
the
able to get
mayor of your community in
Yeah.
a sense. And when you've got 17, I think it was 14 miles of different roads up there that have to be maintained so people can get out, the less and less people are living there, the less and less tenable that is.
Right.
And the other interested party is Big Basin, because a lot of these parcels back up right against Big Basin, and in fact there used to be a road that went from the coast all the way up Last Chance Road into the west side of Big Basin
So tell
Park.
us about Big Basin, because we're not from the area and I don't know the significance of Big Basin.
It was the first national park.
Oh, wow.
Ever?
Yeah, I think by Hoover. Yeah, it's got some sort of first designation,
Huh.
state or national, but it's old growth. It's basically just a huge thing of old growth.
And it's the actual redwoods, like the same as the Redwood National Forest.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's very similar to Avenue of the Giants, or
Okay.
Redwood Creek.
Trees.
Redwood Creek. And so we lived on the other side, and ours, where we lived, used to be like that, but it had been logged a bunch of times. So in '86, when we moved on there, it was all 35-foot tall ceanothus, dead and dying, and from the logging and then burning it all off. And so, and we all moved out there, this whole group of people, independently, not because we all planned
Right.
on it. But we were like this instant neighborhood of, I call this the last chance sect of the cannabis Amish.
Awesome. Yes.
That's awesome.
All the best parts
Yeah.
of being
Get
Amish
high
and
and
then
build
the
these
drawbacks.
houses, was basically what we did. Tristan, what's up?
He didn't do it, he bought it, or traded?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Barter.
Awesome.
Very,
I love the style. I haven't seen that style.
what the hell's it
Very
called?
steampunk.
Steampunk, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a very steampunk.
That what the person said basically is it's priceless.
It is priceless. I mean, it's a piece of art. That's perfect. Yes.
This is the fabulous Steve. He is
That's-
currently in a secret society. That's what makes him fabulous.
This is going to be the theme of the episode. That's so much stash space.
Oh man, this is like a
Ooh.
full-size dresser. And
Dude.
just wait,
Whoa.
come around.
Oh.
Through the magic of hinges.
Technology. Yes.
You can hide your marijuanas in. I mean, other
Crack.
stuff.
No, wait. Hooker.
Oh, it's
Fuck.
Cocaine.
Shit.
you have some cocaine? No.
Close.
And
close.
like Barry said, you could easily put a hasp on here and with your bed hiding it, and then you just screw the bed to the thing, and that literally makes this a lockbox. And nobody could come steal your shit while you're gone. Or they
Lockbox.
could, but it would be real hard.
It would be deter many.
Yeah. They'd have to be some determined people to do it, but you could easily put just a locked hasp on there and screw this whole thing. When you look alchemically, you have access to your second, 3, or 8th chakras. So when you lay this over the universe, over our solar system, as above, so below, there's also 9 chakras. And the sun would be 1 and then 9. And when you do alchemy, you take the number 1 and the number 9 and you put them together. That's what makes the snake and what makes the loop. So this is the sun. This is the snake biting its own tail, and it's happening on a solar level. So we're supposed to be doing that on a personal level. The planet's supposed to be doing that on a planetary level, and the solar system, obviously, as above, so below, does the same exact thing. So you've got the 7 planets that he speaks about. The sun that we see, and then the sun that you don't see, because that would be the void. Because just like with electricity, you need a feminine and a masculine. One side has the push, one side has the pull. So the two are working in conjunction. And just like in alchemy, at the end of that, when you start out, the 1 and 9 are separate things that are completely opposite. But then when you put them together and make the snake, the two are the exact same thing, because they now can rise and fall together. So this is the 1st and the 9th. That's the 2 suns.
So why would we just now be possibly able to be observing or sensing the 9th or the 2nd sun?
Because we're just moving into that time in the universe where when we start looking at symbology, so the symbol of Solomon, if you lay it up against my tree, is where you have opened up the 1st chakra, which is a triangle pointing up, and you've opened up the 9th chakra, which is a triangle pointing down. And then the 1st chakra comes around and bites the 9th, and now you have the 6-pointed star. So that's a symbology of that time period. You have access. So understanding what that means is that you have full access to your complete dense.
Sorry, I didn't realize
You have full access to You have full access to your complete dense, and you have full access to your complete etheric, which means that you can manifest at will. In construction terms, you're no longer a middleman who has to go to an architect and see an architect to get plans. You don't have to go down to the parts house and get the parts from the parts house. You're all of that instantly. So you're able to instantly manifest. Well, this time is the planet goes through this cycle just like the people in the planet do, and then the universe goes through that cycle. And so we're coming to a time where we're moving into the dense spot. The snakehead's getting ready to bite the tail. We're going to move into the dense order again, which brings us into 100 other different theories, like the Titans waking up. The return of masculine power, all of these things are starting to happen. That's because we're moving into that time period again. And I believe that that's a lot of what they're doing is especially. So let's look at the chemtrail story and the vaccine story with aluminum. What does aluminum do? It shuts down your cell salts and makes it so they are no longer bioavailable. And they didn't come up with this on their own. If you look at Roman mythology, the Roman sky god was born of the straight ether and Gaia, and then he mated with Gaia, the sky god did, to produce the Titans. The Titans are your salty earth power. They're dense, earthy beings, elemental. So he feared that their power was going to overtake his own, and so he locked them up in the earth with his essence, which is aluminum. Well, that locks this up in our bodies, and it's locking it up in the planet. If you go around and you start looking at the trees, you're going to notice that the centers of them are starting to get eaten out and things like that. Because the bioavailability of our cell salts is no longer there. They realize we're coming in. These people that are running the system right now realize we're coming into our masculine power, and they want to shut that down. because that will overtake their power. Just like in the story, over and over, everything runs in a cycle. So if we have access to our full power, we no longer need their BS. We don't need to be sucking on the government titty anymore. We are full-grown people that can go out and provide and do for ourselves, and now we're no longer able to be controlled. And that's a huge problem. They want to keep this entire system going. So as the universe moves into this cycle, and we can see it in every single way, they're doing everything that they can, matching the old cycles, to shut down those things that are going to overtake them.
Woo! Fuck the system.
Oh, that pisses you off too when you spend just
The conclusion to the transformation. You'll also get to see it loaded with stuff in these. They go way back, I think 4 feet. And stuff packed into that area that comes up. It flips up, and then there's still plenty of room in front of that. Falcor has been transformed. This is the coolest treehouse in the world. Just was walking by and noticed it, and its little turret up there or whatever. And this tree above this house. Pretty rad.
Matt Landman and Bruce Bedard.
It's more than that. Matt Landman is so shadow banned, it's not even funny.
Yeah.
Nobody saw that episode. Even people in Eyes Open.
113 people.
And he's got thousands of followers. But no one will see any of his stuff.
Oh, wait.
Are you sure? You're 7?
I don't know, maybe we should do this
You
tomorrow.
said 3 yesterday.
No!
What? Did you say 3 yesterday?
That's
I don't know,
amazing.
let's make it
That's
work.
amazing.
Wait, you gotta... we have to sing to you first. Look at that cake that you asked for is your mother's.
It's beautiful. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Wayne. Happy birthday to you.
Raymond, do you remember 7 years ago when you came out and these are the faces that you saw?
All familiar.
You saw a couple faces.
I remember.
Coffee, then that's all I
It's nice to be able to just set your studio up, but I gotta get a little something else because I gotta be able to mold it.
So I feel like I'm done.
Come on, unleash the beast.
You're done. You're successfully done a birthday.
Everything's so well.
Happy birthday!
Yay!
Are you giving Lindsay a hug?
Oh, sorry. I missed it. I do.
It's so pretty up here.
It's beautiful.
They want to be on your video.
You want to be in the video? Almost.
Hey.
Just for the Eyes Open people, this is Ben and Christy with Ben and Christy.
Ben and Christy.
Ben and Christy
Ben and Christy.
with Ben and Christy. Doppelgangers.
So sweet.
Double. The universe is nearly broken. Yeah.
The vortex has now opened.
Yes. It's time to ascend.
Deep trouble.
Touch beer!
Wonder Twin powers activate.
Hey everybody, I'm here at Donner Lake, just at the edge of California, up in the mountains. It's been a really cool drive. I was really lucky to leave Steve's house just at a perfect time to get not much traffic through the Sacramento Valley on my way out here, and the pass has been pretty clear, and I just saw this gorgeous lake, and so I had to stop, hang out for a second, take a break from driving. It's pretty epic. I'm a lucky lady. So I'm also very lucky that I had such amazing people to help me along my journey. You know, we found the perfect tribe. If you're part of Eyes Open, you already know. If you're not, you should come join us. This group of people is the most amazing group of people I've ever met in my life. Some of my best friends. So thank you to Steve and to Janae, his wife, and to his awesome sons, his kids, for letting me stay with them for a few days while they built out the back of my van. Thank you to Barry for hosting us during the build out. He provided the space and the tools and that great conversation you got to hear some of. Thank you to Ben and Christy for coming down and hanging out with me. It was so good to see you guys again. And that Christy is amazing. Thank you for that, for the energy work that you did. And can't wait to see you all again. Steve and Ben and Christy and the other Ben and Christy and the people I met in Santa Cruz with Steve. Boulder Creek is fucking badass. Pretty lucky I got 3 stickers on the van. I'll have to show you guys that and the crystal at some point. So tune in next time. Utah and Colorado Springs is up next on the journey. Oh, travel well, aim for balance. Always look inside first. That's how you get to the most beautiful places in the world.